As we all get older, we, the lovers of cars, see our favorite brand or favorite car convert from combustion to electric. But is this really the answer for the future? Here's 5 reasons why it's not. Now I know that's a bold claim, and it's not totally true, but some of it is true. We all know electric cars don't use fuel and are cleaner than gasoline cars. But there are other places that EVs damage the economy as well, which is lithium mining. You see, EV batteries are made from lithium, and lithium is not very easy to find. And EV car batteries need a lot of lithium. For comparison, let's see how much CO2 by building an electric car releases compared to a gasoline car. An electric car must have a decent range like 300 miles, and to achieve this you need a larger battery. So through the whole process of making one will release 16 to 19 tons of CO2, where a gasoline car will release 7 to 10 tons in the full process. Now I know that gasoline cars use gas and that releases CO2 as well, but aside from energy that comes from renewable sources like solar panels and wind turbines, coal mines also release CO2, so EV cars doesn't look very clean to me. EVs are much more heavier than regular cars, and that means not only it's dangerous for the driver, but also for other cars and pedestrians. Not only the weight of them, but also the way they suddenly catch fire, and it takes a lot of water to put out electric vehicle fires compared to regular vehicles. And when the fire is finally extinguished, guess what? It catches fire again on its own. Now that's not all. In many EVs, the power source isn't the only electric part, but your pedals, your steering wheel, and many other parts on the car are electric too. And I don't know about you, but I like my steering to be mechanical. I don't know how people can trust their Bluetooth steering system that can malfunction at any time, and so as the other parts of the car that you can mechanically control. Just imagine trying to avoid a crash and then you tell the officer that it was because of my steering delay. So yeah, to me EVs are very dangerous because of their weight and the way they work, and also that you can control most of the car mechanically. If you want to save money on gas, then you should choose wisely on what you get. And in the market, electric cars are really overpriced. For example, if you buy an electric car, you'll be paying over 30k minimum, and that's without insurance. Or you can buy a cheap and reliable Honda or Toyota, which is like 10 to 15,000 with good mileage, and it costs us much less. Now you might say that EVs don't need as much maintenance as much as gasoline and diesel cars. And you would be right, because of electric cars having much less moving parts. They don't require as much maintenance. But here's where EVs have a weakness. The weakness is that electric car batteries are not eternal, and nothing is actually. And throughout ownership, the battery gets old and holds less charge by time, until it's time to change the battery, and it's not cheap. Changing your battery on your car will differ on what electric car you will get or you have. For example, on a Tesla, it can go up to 20 to 30k just for the battery replacement. Another thing is that the EV market is still new, and that means if something goes wrong with the car, there's not a lot of people that can work on them. Don't even think about working on an electric car on your own, because it's too dangerous and the manufacturers probably made it so that you can't work on it yourself. So for every issue you have to take it back to the dealer. If you have warranty, then good, and if you don't, let's just say it won't be your best day. You see, to most people, cars are just to go from point A to point B, and they don't care about anything as long as they get a deal. Electric cars don't like to be either too cold or too hot. In the winter, the battery holds less charge, and also the battery has heaters, and they take power from the battery as well. Even worse, if the weather is too cold, your EV might not even be able to move. It might freeze in its place. Not only that, but in times of emergencies, if your car isn't charged, you can't use it because it takes too long to charge and it won't be usable in emergencies. But let's say it's charged and you floor it to the emergency. The battery might be drained before you get there. And the final reason is that an electric car doesn't have a soul. Many of you might think what I'm saying is stupid, but also for many of you, it makes sense. An electric car doesn't make a place in someone's heart like another car does. The sound and the scream of a car can make someone smile like they never did. The looks of EVs are very basic and doesn't give the car a character, nor does it have sound or a fun engine. For a car to be special to someone, it doesn't need to be a V10 or very rare or expensive. It can be as simple as a naturally aspirated 2.0 liter. With its character and beauty, it can become priceless to someone and show its soul. And that is why I think electric cars can never replace gasoline and diesel cars.